Welcome back to the Woodbridge Oval. Sorry for the slight technical difficulties there. We're back online. Ibiza Cricket Club are batting. We've got Matthew Bartley at the crease. I think that's a missed stumping chance there as well, actually. Opening the bowling for Granada, we've got Stuart Ross. And batting, we've got Rory Thompson and Matthew Bartley for Ibiza. Both playing within themselves in the first over, just 2 runs from it. Thompson now on strike for Ibiza. Rory Thompson, all-rounder. Looks like it's going to be Todd Davey to bowl for Granada, Australian native, or should I say native from Australia, a native of Australia, let's get the terminology right, don't want to upset anybody back at home. Thompson on strike, Davey coming in to bowl right arm over. Just dabbed into point there by Thompson for a single. Beautiful day here. The galleries are filling very quickly. Bar's already full. See that the beer's going down nicely. Phil Pennick at the bar as usual, but he's not buying, he's just drinking. Todd Davey into bowl. Good running there from Ibiza. Going to come back for 2. Bartley off the mark. Bartley needs to do something here. Remember, we've got the field restrictions for the first 3 overs, so it's up to Bartley to take it to the bowler. It's a good shot and good bit of fielding from Granada there. Fielder at point just stuck out his arm and his hand rather and stopped the ball. We thought it was going to go through for a boundary, but just a single to Bartley. Brings Rory Thompson back on strike. Todd Davey into bowl. It's going to be a wide ball, duly signalled by umpire Vince. That was a wide ball by Davey. It's a good shot there by Rory Thompson through the covers for 4. Because of the fielding restrictions in the first 3 overs, it's very important you get off to a good start. Ibiza just had a quiet first over there, but responding well in this second over. Thompson with the boundary. Todd Davey bowling for Granada. The ball just flipped up there and went over the wicket-keeper's head, but the backstop there, as we used to call it back in the day. Backstop back in the day there. I think that's going to be given as a wide. Yes, it is. Going down the leg side. Remember, anything leg-sided will be given as a wide. Davey just needs to focus a little bit here. He's a bit erratic in his first over. Maybe he had a big night out, I don't know. And we know the Aussies like a beer or 2. Thompson just flat bats it back to Todd Davey, and that's the end of the second over. Ibiza on 12 for none. 2 overs in. Ibiza have to be looking at about the 3-figure mark today. Need to get up to 100 at least, I think, to have any chance of defending the score. Big news for Ibiza is Tony Barker, the star Dutch batsman, ex-Spanish international, has been declared unfit for the day. Took a knock on the knee yesterday, so the skipper said he's not fit enough to play today, so it would give somebody else a chance. Nice little flick off his pads there by Bartley. Not sure Bartley realises he's in a T10 though. I think he looked like he was playing a test match shot there, but grabs Thompson on the pads and goes for one leg by. Richard Abbott now bowling for for Granada. Again, just a single from Bartley. Just the one boundary scored of the day so far. Thompson's cover drive. Just the one scoring boundary. Richard Abbott into bowl. Swing and a miss by Thompson. Got balls, obviously the problem if you're a batting side, or the good thing if you're the bowling side, but Abbott here bowling. Granada getting through these overs very quickly. It's a good shot again by Thompson, but we need to be trading in boundaries. Ibiza does for these first 3 overs, and they're simply not finding the boundary, so I think they'll be disappointed not to get off to a better start. Abbott into bowl. Bartley on strike. Bartley inside edge, doesn't make the boundary, no. Again. Came off the inside edge. Scooted away, but just stopped short of the boundary, fielded by Granada. That's 2 runs. Three overs already. Granada really getting through these overs. Just 18 for no wicket, without loss for Ibiza. Bartley and Thompson. Matthew Bartley from New Zealand. Rory Thompson, the young English lad. When I say young, he's now in his 30s, but that's young for Ibiza. Ibiza Cricket Club, that is. Got a change of bowler. Stuart Ross is back on for his second and final over. Thompson on strike. And that's gone. That's dispatched into the duck pond for 6 by Thompson. Ross just delivered it on a plate. He might as well put a ribbon on that one as well. Rory Thompson wasn't going to miss out. Nice gentle full toss dispatched into the duck pond for 6 runs. Ross comes into bowl again. Thompson again there. Another 4 from Rory Thompson. Through deep extra cover this time. 10 runs off 2 balls. This is more like it from Ibiza. Stuart Ross has to just think about this now. Better ball by Ross. He's coming round the wicket now. Going across the right-handed batsman. Swing and a miss by Thompson. Better ball from Ross. Again, big swing by Thompson. Just gets the single. Deep mid-wicket comes into play for Granada. Stewie Ross, 2 balls to come. A 6, a 4, a dot and a single so far on this over. Just prodded back by Bartley, playing well within himself, the New Zealander. brings Thompson back on strike. It's going to be Ross's final ball of the over. 12 scored off it so far. Thompson goes again, but it's not going to go to the boundary. It's going to be cut off. But they come back for 2, Ibiza do. 14 off that Ross over. More like it from Ibiza, a bit more urgency. I'm not sure what Bartley was doing last night, but looks half asleep out there. Does Matthew? Prefers to be called Matthew, so we purposely call him Matt in the club, just to annoy him. Lovely fella. It's his chance now because he's on strike. It's 4 overs in, 32 runs scored, without loss for Ibiza. Change your bowler. Bartley goes, bowled. Not sure what line he was playing on there, but he goes. Bartley has to go. Didn't really trouble the scorers too much. Stacey now coming in for Ibiza. Tim Stacey had a good day behind the stumps yesterday. Good day behind the stumps as a wicket keeper for Ibiza. Didn't face any balls yesterday at all, so been promoted up the order today to number 3. Stacey not known for his big hitting, to be honest. He's more of a steady opener, so it'd be interesting to see how he responds to this challenge. Thompson getting all the runs for Ibiza so far. Todd Davey here on his second and final over. There you go. There's a Tim Stacey shot if I've ever seen one. Just punched into the ground for the single. Expect a few more of those. I think a good strategy is if Stacey gets Thompson on strike as much as possible, but here's Todd Davey coming in. Another solid shot by Thompson, but he finds the fielder there in the covers, just for 1 run. Tim Stacey's chance to stand and deliver now. Davey into bowl. Stacey just lobs it over into the covers again just for the single. As I said before, expect a few more singles off Timothy. So I think it's up to Thompson to get the runs, the big runs anyway in this partnership. Just 3 runs so far off this over. It's going to be a leg by. Davey's going to be happy with this, I think. Ibiza bubbling along nicely, but they'll be disappointed that they didn't make more runs in the first 3 overs. 4 runs off this over so far, just 1 to come from Todd Davey. Tim Stacey on strike. That goes. It's gone. Found the fielder yet again at deep square. Throws it in. End of the over. 5 runs coming from it. In T10 terminology, 5 runs is not the best over, I'm afraid, for the batting side. So Ibiza need to maximise a little bit more. Granada looking sharp in the field today. Stacey with that single off the last ball of the over will retain the strike. We're going to have a change of bowler here. See who's coming on for Granada. Number 9 for Granada. I'm not sure who that is. Let me just double check my team list. First ball of the over, that's going to be a wide. just come up as Phil T. I'm not sure what his second name is. We'll just call him Phil, shall we? It's a wide and a dot ball so far. Tim Stacey doing what Tim does best. It's going to be a leg by, I believe. Has he got any glove on it, did he? It's given as a run, so Stacey comes through for a run. Just 2 runs off this over so far. Wide and a single. Phil comes into bowl. That's got to go. No, it hasn't. Needed to go, but yet again Ibiza really struggling with those bouncers outside the off stump. That was what did them yesterday. Couldn't really get a handle on how to play it. Good shot there by Rory Thompson. Hooked it over mid wicket for 4 to the boundary. Thompson goes on to 25. Stacey at the non-strikers end on 3. Ibiza's score goes on to 42. We're in the 6th over here, so running just over a little over 6 and over, which as we know in T10 isn't enough. However, a long way to go yet. Granada's just struggling with the field placings at the moment. They've got 6 outside the ring, so having to call an extra fielder inside the ring. Phil here to bowl. Just a single to Thompson there. Again, same shot, just hooked it to mid wicket. We'll bring Tim Stacey onto strike. Oh, Stacey with a 6. Don't think I've ever seen Tim hit a 6 before, but great shot over deep extra cover for 6. Stacey's going to be very happy with that. I think that's going to improve his mood a little bit. So that's the end of the 6th over. End of the 6th over. Ibiza 48 for 1 for the loss of 1 wicket. Matthew Bartley back in the hutch. Change of ball for Granada coming in now. And that's Thompson gone. Thompson really had to go for it there and opened his body up, looking to get the ball over cow corner, but plays and misses, and Ibiza's 2nd wicket goes down. Hashim claims his 1st wicket of the day. Thompson has to leave the pitch. Thompson departs, but his very good friend Michael Amos arrives. Amos struggled on the wicket yesterday a little bit. I think himself he'll admit that he didn't have the best day with the bat yesterday, but it was a very challenging day for Ibiza. Lost the first game quite comfortably, but then should have done better in the second game when they restricted Gracia to only 84 runs. However, they couldn't. They only scored 60 in reply yesterday, which I know the lads were very disappointed about. However, today's a new day. Amos comes in to bat, takes his guard. Hashim will be looking to add to his wicket tally. Comes into bowl. It's going to be a wide ball, I think. No. Okay, no wide ball. Michael Amos probably seeing 3 balls today by the looks of things. Flat bats it there. Flat bats it to the side for a single. So just the... Ibiza 1 run short of the half century. Tim Stacey on strike. That has to go. It's a good shot by Stacey. Runs to the boundary for 4 runs. Hooked it over backward square. Stacey's pleased with that. You can see he's got a big smile on his face. Now, this Tim has a bit of a nickname for Ibiza. They call him Tortoise Tim. He's not known for scoring quick runs. However, today he looks like he's in the mood. So I think Tim are very pleased with his contribution so far. Got 12 runs, including 1 6 and 1 4, and 2 singles. Hashim comes in to bowl. It's going to be a wide. It's going to be a wide ball. That one is. Another wide by Hashim. It's been a real mixed bag. His wicket, 2 wides, a 1 and a 4 so far. Hashim coming in to bowl. That's going to be a no ball. Yes, it is. Signalled by the umpire Parmenter. It's a no ball. And a no ball, of course, means a free hit. I think Ibiza need to be taking advantage of these situations. So Amos on strike. Free hit. Amos scoops it up, can't be out but caught obviously off a free hit, but just gets the 1 there. Ibiza need to be pushing on now. If they're going to get to the mythical 3 figures, need to be pushing on. Hashim Khan into bowl. That's going to be another no ball. Hashim Khan needs to focus here because that was another no ball. It's another free hit. Ibiza not making the most of these situations, I'm afraid. It's a real mixed bag from Hashim Khan, but Ibiza not making the most of it. Got 2 wides and 2 no balls in this over so far, and a 4 and 2 singles. Last ball of the over. Should it be a legal one? Hashim Khan comes into bowl. It's better running by Ibiza, putting the pressure on the fielders. Come back for the second. Not the best fielding from Granada, I must say. I think that's the end of Hashim Khan's over, which went wicket, wide, 1 4, wide, no ball, 1, no ball, dot 2. There you go, quite an over. Got Phil Townsend coming back on for Granada now. Ibiza going to 60 from their 7 overs so far, so just 3 overs to come for Ibiza to add to their total. Phil Townsend will spin this, little tweaker. Granada at a bit 6s and 7s, it's got to be said. Another field placing mistake there. They nearly bowled with 6 outside. Just a single there from Amos. Just been told that Granada are actually playing with 10 players today, which is a bit of a shame. Townsend bowling nicely here for Granada. Stacey playing and missing twice already in this over. 2-dot balls, pressure right on the batsman here. That go, that's going to go. I think that's going to be caught there by Townsend, yes. Stacey has to depart. Stacey has to leave. Caught and bowled by Phil Townsend. We now have Adam Monday striding towards the crease. Looking very interested. Adam batted well yesterday, lovely 6 over the covers. He was dining out on that one last night. Didn't mention it at all, only 5 times in the first hour. However, striding to the crease. Good cricketer Adam Monday from the Midlands. Crystal Palace fan, as I mentioned yesterday. Big football fan. Works for Melia Hotels. Go to the Melia Hotels in Ibiza, you'll see him in a very nice suit most days. He's now into bat, facing Phil Townsend. Playing a miss. Great over from Townsend, just a single on it so far, also with a wicket. Could be a game-changing over this one for Granada. Ibiza are going to have to go some of the last 2 overs to get. Mundy gets the single there, and that means he will retain the strike in the next over. End of the 8th over. Ibiza go to 61 for the loss of 3 wickets. Just 12 balls remaining. Ibiza would like to get up around the 85 mark, but they're going to have to go some of these last 2 overs. However, got 2 big hitters at the crease. Adam Monday facing. Michael Amos at the non-striker's end. Let's see what Granada can do here. Adrian Riley is coming into bowl, yeah. As I said before, Granada playing with 10 players because they travelled with 11 and they've got an injury, so they're only playing with 10 players today, so it's a bit of a shame, but them's the rules. Adrian Riley coming into bowl, right arm over. Don't know what that was, but it's called a no ball. Called a no ball there and a free hit. Okay, interesting. So free hit for Michael Amos. Ibiza have to maximise these situations. Let's see what happens. Amos into the deep there, just for a single. Has to be said that Mundy and Amos aren't the quickest between the wickets, so they'll be looking for the boundaries. Riley into bowl again, right arm over. Slow. It's Mundy on the pad. Goes through for a single. Leg by, of course, after hitting him on the pad. Adrian Riley here for Granada. Mixing it up. Amos there with a single. Spoons it up, but it lands between the 2 fielders, and the bowler and mid-wicket. Mundy will be looking to maximise here. gets a inside edge off the bottom of the bat for a single. Riley making the batsman work for this because he's a little slow right arm over. Batsmen are just reaching for it and not really coming off with their shots. Again, bottom edge again. Ibiza a little bit too quick through with their shots here. That's what happens when you have a slow right arm bowler. Get another single there to Monday. Need to be dealing in boundaries at this stage of the game, but Ibiza unable to find the boundary in this over. I think one to come. Again, just another single from Amos. Monday looks like he wants the strike on the last over, but good over there for Granada. Ibiza's score goes up to 61 for the loss of 3 wickets after 9 overs. So we're coming into our last over now, which is going to be bowled by Richard Abbott. Thank you, Egan. Egan next to me here. Egan Dantis, the world famous technician and statistician and IT whiz from all the way down the Costa del Sol. Doing a fantastic job here for Cricket España. So this game is nicely poised. Ibiza on 71 for 3. Abbott's going to be coming in to bowl the last over. Michael Amos is on strike. Ibiza not been able to get the Granada bowlers away as much as they would have wished, but you've got to hand it to Granada, who have really done a good job in this second half of the innings. When Thompson departed, then the boundaries dried up. Ibiza will be looking to get to 85, I would say. As we saw yesterday, when Grassi scored 85 against Ibiza, they defended it quite comfortably at the end, so all is not lost with a low score. Abbott's coming in to bowl. And that's Monday gone there. As I previously said, not the quickest runners, these two. Bit of a suicide run, really. Got called through by Amos, didn't want to go. Started, and unfortunately has to go because quite a good throw from Abbott to the wicket keeper took the stumps off. Monday departs. Just the 3 runs for Adam Mundy today. Be interesting to hear his thoughts on that in the bar afterwards. Got a feeling he won't be too happy about it. However, them's the breaks, as Boris would say. Abbott here finishing off nicely. Wicket on his first ball of the over. 71 for 4, 5 balls remaining. But you have to get to 80, you have to think. We've got Chris Prentice at the crease now for Ibiza. Prentice, who scored a few yesterday, but again not known for his big hitting. Chris is more of a opener in the 40 over format, but he's got 5 balls here to make an impression on the scoreboard. Abbott coming into bowl. Gotta go. That's it. 2 runs there. 2 runs to Prentice. Got the toe end of the bat, went just past backward square, 2 runs, 73 now to Ibiza. Abbott coming into bowl. It's going to be 4 runs I think there from Michael Amos. Sorry, from Chris Prentice, I do apologise. Prentice doing well here, 6 from 2. Takes the score to 77. 3 balls remaining. 6 from 2, he'll be happy if he gets another one of those. Chris Prentice, another Kiwi. Good ball from Abbott there. Good ball. The crowd scream, was it wide? But if you check the book, you'll see that that was a legitimate ball. No run. 2 balls to go. Ibiza on 77. And again, same one. Again, a play and a miss by Prentice. This was Ibiza's problems yesterday, and they carry on today. They just can't pick that slower bouncer. And another play and a miss by Prentice. And I think that's the end of the innings. Yes, it is. Ibiza end on 77 for 4. Not sure the skipper's going to be happy with that total, to be perfectly honest, because should have been a lot more after a decent start by Thompson and Bartley, but couldn't get going at all. In this format of the game, it's all about boundaries, and Ibiza couldn't get to the boundary, I'm afraid, there. .77 is the final score for the White Islanders. Granada's got to be happy with that, because it's a fairly low score in this format, it has to be said. However, as you know, things can change quite quickly. But one thing's for sure, Ibiza's bowlers have got it all to do now. Just had a quick word with the Ibiza skipper, and feeling confident. We've got Thompson about to start the bowling for Ibiza. Change of team today. Let me go through the Ibiza team just so all those in Ibiza know exactly who's playing. So Ibiza team is Crutwell, Amos, Bartley, Thompson, Plews, Stacey, Dudding, Prentice, Monday, Cooper, and the big surprise, the big shock of the day is Paul Ambrose starts for Ibiza today as well. So Ambrose not really known for his fielding, for his bowling, or he can bowl. I mean, it'd be interesting if the skipper did bring Paul Ambrose on to bowl. I think we'd all be in the bar a bit earlier. Thompson coming into bowl for Ibiza. It's going to be a wide ball, duly signalled by umpire Parmenter. So we've got Stanley and Todd Davey. Stan and Todd opening for Granada. Stan's on strike here. Thompson just bowled a wide, so and a dot ball coming in again. It's another good ball there by Thompson, playing a miss by Stan. Granada get off to a good start here. It's going to be very difficult for Ibiza to peg them back, but so far so good for Ibiza. Granada just on 2 so far. Another play and a miss, and a misfield by Stacey means that they'll go through for a bye. Ibiza really have to get everything right today if they're to defend this relatively small total of 77. Thompson coming into bowl. Todd Davey on strike. Sun beating down in Albi. A beautiful day here in the Costa Blanca. Thompson in again. Davey unloads. Don't think it's going to go to the boundary. It's not. Cooper fields in the deep, but Granada run through for 2 runs added to their total. Thompson, Rory Thompson, 32 years of age, running in. It's a good ball by Thompson. Playing a miss by Todd Davey. Brings Thompson's over to a finish. Just the 5 off the first over of the day. The first over of Granada's innings. They won't be too disappointed. They've got a relatively low run chase, so they can tootle along at 4 and 5 and over for a couple of overs, no problem. But they do have to start scoring some boundaries soon. However, we have Ibiza's captain Paul Crutwell was going to be coming on to bowl from the commentary box end. Crutwell, right arm, medium pace. Got a very nice action, has Paul. Feels like you could watch him bowl all day. It's a little it's 3 runs there to Stan. Just tickled it off his pads. Went down to the fine leg position. Just caught by the Ibiza fielder, which was Jonathan Dudding, just before it go over the boundary, but the Granada players run through for 3 runs. Crutwell coming into bowl again. It's going to be a 4 for Todd Davey there. Nice shot. Very nice shot. Over point. Raced away to the boundary for 4 for Todd Davey. Ibiza already under pressure. Crutwell, only the second ball of his over, already gone for 7. Needs to tighten things up here, does Paul Crutwell. There's that wide bouncer again, which seems to be the stock delivery here on this pitch. Todd Davey wafting the bat, saying that's the shot I should have played. However, he didn't play it, and it's no run. Crutwell coming into bowl. Again, he bowls exactly the same ball. Davey plays exactly the same shot, and it has exactly the same result. No run. Davey again goes through the motions. Should maybe play that shot that he's shadowing now, but let's see what happens. Crutwell coming into bowl. It's going to be 4 runs, I believe, is it? Yeah, 4 runs. Nice shot there again. Great shot by Todd Davey. Shot there by Todd Davey over backward point for 4. Crutwell coming into bowl. It's going to be given a wide. Umpire gives it a wide. Crutwell just grimaces a little bit. Maybe regretting all those beers he had last night, possibly. Coming into bowl again. Right arm over. Davey on strike. Again, the same result. Same result for Todd Davey. Fielder Ambrose runs and gets it. Exactly the same shot, deep backward point. Davey just sticks his bat out. Same result, 4 runs. End of the 3rd over. Sorry, 2nd over. I do apologise. End of the 2nd over. 21 runs scored so far. Thompson to bowl his 2nd and final over. Ibiza need to make something happen soon here, otherwise they're going to be staring at defeat and the wooden spoon, I believe. It's a good ball there by Rory Thompson, playing a miss by Stan. It's more like it from the young lad. Just interesting shot by Stan there. Just taking off his pads there into the onside between mid wicket and square leg for 2 runs. Granada facing down this total quite comfortably at the moment. Thompson coming into bowl. It's not going to go to the boundary. Monday picks it up, throws it into the wicketkeeper. 2 more runs to the total for Granada.
But the umpire didn't give it.
Playing a miss by Stan there. Ibiza need to make things happen very quickly. Thompson coming into bowl. It's a good ball by Thompson. Not excellent running there between the wickets. Not much communication between Stan and Todd Davey. Pretty ordinary cricket from Granada, but no wickets, so they'll be relieved about that. Thompson coming into bowl his last ball of the over. Could be a wide ball. Yes, it is a wide ball. Yeah. Takes the total on to 26 without loss. One ball to come of this third over for Ibiza. A play and a miss by Stan, pouched by Tim Stacey behind the stumps, and that's the end of the third over. As I said previously, 26 without loss. Got Todd Davey on 15 and Stan on 7. So let's see who's going to be bowling now for Ibiza. I think it's going to be, I think it just blows and changes. Looks like it's Rick Plews is going to be bowling for Ibiza now. End of the restrictions. Ibiza are now allowed 5 players outside the circle. Plews is going to bowl. Doesn't usually come on so early, but he bowled very well yesterday. So he's been rewarded with the first change. Richard Plews from Manchester, England. Playing a miss there, I think, from the batsman. Is it signal? No, I think he got a glove on it. Runs down to fine leg for 2 runs. Big Blue's very tall, comes in from a nice height, the ball does. Todd Davey on strike. It's gone. Duck Pond Central today. That's the ball's destination as it gets hooked over mid-wicket. I think it even cleared the pond there. I think it's gone for 6. Davey look is in the mood. Takes the score to 34. Davey moves on to 23. Just a single there to Davey. The crowd behind me was shouting for 2, but again, not the best running behind the wickets, but wicket still intact for Granada. Plews comes in again, right arm. Stan plays and misses. Ball popped up nicely there, and Stacey took it behind the sticks. Plews again. Just a single there for Stan. Nice shot. It's a deep mid wicket for 1. Here's Plews again. Again the single, even the crowd are imploring, the Granada crowd are imploring their players to win 2. I don't think there's any requirement to do that because they're well ahead of the run rate. They're cruising at the moment, Granada, so throwing away a wicket makes no sense at this stage of the match. It's the end of the third over, 37th without loss, Granada. Ibiza staring down the barrel here, I'm afraid. Granada need another 41 runs from 6 overs. Change of bowling for Ibiza, Michael Amos. Mikey, as he's known by the boys. Mikey Amos coming into bowl. He'll be bowling right arm over. A little bit of off spin. It's a swing and a miss there from Todd Davey. Amos starts with a dot ball. Good bowler Mike, Ibiza's leading wicket taker. Not the greatest fielding by John Dudding in the deep. He kind of stepped over the ball. It was hit very hard by Todd Davey, but Dudding really should have got something behind that. Sails over the boundary for 4 runs. Takes Granada to 41. Amos won't be happy with that fielding, I'm afraid, but it is what it is. Amos again will throw down this ball. It's a swing and a miss there from Davey. Amos yelps out, disappointed that it missed the wicket, but Davey survives to the next ball. It's a good shot by Davey. Good shot by Todd Davey there. 4 runs through the covers. Granada cruising here. Ibiza look very downcast. Body language isn't great from the White Islanders, but you know, things can change. They need to change very quickly. Prentice there. Takes one to the chest. Good ball there by Michael Amos to finish his over. He played a miss by Stan, but Granada cruise along here 46 without loss after 5 overs. They require 32 more runs of 5 overs, so a little over 6 and over, and they will be getting their first victory of this tournament. Granada lost both games yesterday, same as Ibiza, so this could potentially be for the wooden spoon. If you didn't know it, the wooden spoon is a fictional prize given to the last placed in the group. Good old English saying, the wooden spoon. Blues here in again for his second and final over. John Dudding again with some horrendous fielding on the boundary. Went straight through him. I think he had an early night last night as well. John Dudding didn't help him very much, did it? Thompson looks on at me with a scowl on his face. Terrible feeling from Ibiza, I'm afraid that. That was an interesting scenario there. Davey hits it to long on, but Thompson and Bartley left it for each other, so the ball just bounced between them. Very average cricket from the White Islanders, I'm afraid, but unfortunately that's the sign of the day. It goes to Dudding again. Oh, this time Dudding fields, thankfully, on the boundary. .53 for no loss now, Granada. Be his first time representing the Balearic Islands in this tournament. Stan just readjusts his batting stance, blues into bowl. Little nurdle shot there by Stan into point for a single. Granada move on to 54 without loss. Blues into bowl again. Taken off his pads by Stan. Fielded by Monday, square leg. It's the end of the 6th over. 56 without loss now, Granada. Another 22 runs required to win this from 4 overs, so 5 and over. Little 5 and over, I'm afraid. 5.5 and over to be precise. Amos is coming in to finish off his spell. Ibiza needs wickets and needs wickets fast. Wickets or dots are okay at this stage, but with 10 wickets still in the pavilion, you have to think that Granada have got more than enough to win this game. Amos into bowl, right arm over. It's gone. Over mid wicket for 6. Should be it, to be honest. Now after that, we needed wickets, but Amos couldn't. When I say we, obviously Ibiza. You didn't know I'm a member of the Ibiza touring party. I'm trying not to be biased, of course, as well. Hopefully, you're not hearing any bias there. In fact, sometimes the exact reverse. But 6 off the first ball of Amos is over. This game could be over in this over, to be honest, if Amos bowls like that again. Stumping chance there from Tim Stacey, but the umpire's not interested. Stan went for a big hoik again, taking it from offside to the leg side field, but missed the ball. Stacey got the ball whipped off the stumps, but not out, given by umpire Vince. Stumps now being rearranged. Granada needing 16 more runs to win. Amos into bowl. Popped up in the air there, and it's going to land between the fielders. Mundy makes a brave attempt to try and get it, but misses it. Rolls through to Prentice, who fills the ball, but that's 2 more runs to the Granada total. Takes them to 64. I could safely say this isn't Ibiza's finest hour in the field. Crutwell with the misfield comes through to Plews, throws it through the keeper. Adam Mundy sweeps up. Another single to Todd Davey. 66 now for the Granada team. 12 more required for the win today. Amos into bowl. Final ball of the over. It's a dot ball. It's over. That's Amos bowled out now to these 2 overs. Seven overs now gone. 3 overs to come. Just the 12 runs required. have a change of bowler. We've got Jonathan Dudding from the commentary end. Jonathan Dudding will be bowling his first over of this tournament. Now this can go one of two ways. John has been known for some fantastic overs, and he's been known for some not so fantastic overs. I suppose you could say that about most bowlers, to be honest, but John can be a little bit unpredictable, so let's see how this goes. Jonathan Dudding is bowling for Ibiza. It's a good first ball from John Dudding there. Swing and a miss from Todd Davey. Ibiza need a maiden from here on in. However, very tough to get a maidens in this form of cricket. Davey hits it to long off. Graham Cooper fields for Ibiza. Arrows the ball into Jonathan Dudding. Just for the single there to Granada, go on to 67, just 11 needed now. Dudding into bowl. It's a very good boundary from Stan there. Went right between the deep mid wicket, both on the boundary. Two more runs to the total of Granada, so they're just one hit away from victory now. Dudding comes in. This is going to be a fairly comprehensive victory, I think, for Granada. Beath is staring down the barrel of a 10-wicket loss, which is about as bad as it gets, to be honest. But it's a learning process, as we keep saying. Dudding coming into bowl from the commentary box end. Hit again by Stan. Good throw in from Richard Plews there. It's the end of the 8th over there. But just 2 overs to go. But the good news for Granada is they only need 4 more runs to win. Ibiza need 10 wickets very quickly, so highly unlikely. However, you never know. Graham Cooper now coming on to bowl for Ibiza. Cooper went for 24 in one over yesterday, which was a very interesting over. It went wicket 6, 4, 4, 4, 6. So we obviously didn't mention that last night. Graham Cooper, ex-captain of Ibiza Cricket Club, comes into bowl. Two runs there from Stan. Granada just 1 run behind the Ibiza total now, and 2 runs from victory. Could be from this ball. Cooper comes into bowl, stands there and strike. One run means the scores are now tied on 77 runs apiece. The difference is Granada have 10 balls to go. So Davies on strike, Cooper into bowl. Swing and a miss from Todd Davey, wanted to go out in a blaze of glory there. Not really required, to be honest, Todd. Just knock a single off and be done with it. However, you know what these Aussies are like? They like the glory. There you go. That's what he wanted. Single by Davey, that takes Granada over the line. Get to 78 in fairly easy order, taking the victory by 10 wickets. Ibiza will play 3, lost 3. I think there'll be a few questions asked of Ibiza at the end of this. Looks very lethargic in the field today. Didn't quite happen. However, one more game for Ibiza to try and claw back some pride against the host Sporting Alfas. That game will be coming up after the next game, which I believe is going to be Alfas versus Badalona. And this is where I'll be handing you over to my commentating colleague Tim, who's going to take you through the next game. I'm signing off. Ibiza come off the pitch after a comprehensive defeat at the hands of Granada. I'll be back on for the Alfas versus Ibiza game later. Until then, ciao for now.